What is going on, guys? It is your boy Weskimo here, and today I'm bringing you a guide talking about 4 ways to instantly improve at Halo Infinite. Okay, so the first thing we're just going to jump straight in here is to always have something to focus on in game and improve on that one thing. So an example of this for me is I'm always trying to work on my strafing. So I have strafes that I do. I have 3 or 4 different ones, and there's different thumb movements on my joystick for each of these strafes. And when I go into game, I'm focusing on every time I spawn, every time I'm up, every time I'm in a fight, I'm saying to myself, work on your strafe, focus on the movements, focus on being better at that strafe. And it's when you work on these things over time, you don't want to just work on this for one game or a day. You want to work on this for maybe like 2 weeks, maybe even longer. And then you look at yourself over time and go, okay, did I improve on this thing that I'm focusing on over this period of time? And it's when you start to do this and focus your practice to certain tasks that you're going to start to see difference in your play. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is sandbox control. So what I mean by this is every time you spawn, every time you're walking across the map somewhere, wherever you go in, you want to think about sandbox. Is there a way that I can get to the same place, but I can pick up grenades on the way? Is there a way I can get to the same place, but pick up a shotgun, pick up an armor ability like a dash? When you're doing this and you're picking up everything that you can all the time, you're slowly gaining advantages. All of these items, all of these things in the sandbox that you can pick up are essentially giving you better stats than your opponent. You go into a 1v1 and that guy has 2 grenades, you've got 4 grenades. You go into a fight and you've got a shotgun and they don't. All of these things are going to add up over time and increase the chances of you getting kills and controlling the map. That's why sandbox control is so important. So every time you're up, every time you walk into a certain location, think, can I walk past a grenade spawn? Can I walk past an ability to pick up? And controlling these things is going to improve you so much. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about is something that I'm nicknaming shark mentality. And what I mean by this is smell blood in the water. And you might think, what on earth are you talking about right here? Okay, so every time you spawn, every time you're walking around the map, you have to smell the blood of your enemies. And what I mean by this is, can you hear sounds? Can you see shots going off? Can you locate where your teammates are fighting and then get there and get in the fight as soon as possible to pick up the kills, to put the extra shots on and do the extra damage? Now, this is really noticeable between high and low levels of play. If you go into, say, like a gold game, for example, people are fighting, they spawn up, they walk around, then they go, oh, there's a fight maybe going over here, I'll slowly walk over there, etc. And they kind of just walk around the map in a bit of a daze. Now, when you go into a high level game, especially an Onyx game, people are spawning, and within like 3 or 4 seconds of people respawning, they're back in the fight again. They instantly have realized, okay, there's shots over here, there's people over here, we need to get there, get in the fight, and get damage down as quickly as possible. And when you're able to do this and just increase your damage dealt and be in the fights all the time, you'll notice yourself improving so quickly. Your damage is going to go up, your damage dealt is going to go way up over time and over games, and this is really how you're going to improve in that sense. Okay, and the fourth thing that I want to talk about in this video is actually using the terrain of the map. Now, this is something that a lot of players don't think about at lower levels especially, and what I mean by this is every single map has what I call no-go zones and then also power points. Okay, so in particular on the map we're looking at right now, Aquarius, the hydro side of the map is going to be the power zone. Why? Because you've got top control, you've got ability to access either base, there's cover, you've got the electric grenades spawning there as well. Whereas if you go somewhere like bottom planters or in the pits outside either base, these are going to be no-go zones a lot of the time. Why? Because you're on low ground, you've not got angles, you've not got cover, and people can just rain down shots on you from anywhere. And what you'll notice is, especially at low levels, people don't know about these no-go zones, and they'll just walk into these places without realizing that, hey, this is actually putting me at a disadvantage by walking here. So you want to always prioritize on being on the strong zones of the map, the best terrain to get the best advantage. And that's what it's all about really with Halo, is you've got to find all the advantages you can get, whether that's from sandbox, whether that's from positioning, whether that's from getting up there and team shooting with your friends, with your teammates. I mean, that's what it's all about, is gaining all of these little small advantages and then stacking them up on top of each other, and then all of a sudden that's when you start to dominate the enemy, because you're stacking small advantages into a big advantage. Okay, that's going to be it, guys. Just wanted to keep this a quick video and talk about 4 ways that you could instantly improve at Halo. If you like the video, please leave a comment down below and a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.